It was just past midnight when something pulled me from my sleep. It wasn't a sound or a movement, just a presence. That heavy, invisible weight that fills a room before you even open your eyes. The air felt thick, unnaturally still, as though it were holding its breath. I blinked against the dim light. Moonlight slipped through the blinds in narrow silver stripes, cutting across the floor and stretching toward my bed. For a fleeting moment, I thought I was dreaming, until I felt the mattress sink slightly beside me. Someone was there. My heart lurched once, sharp and sudden. Then I saw him standing at the edge of the bed, motionless as a shadow. "Ethan?" I whispered, my voice trembling somewhere between fear and confusion. "What are you doing up?" He didn't respond right away. His hood was pulled tight over his head, his hands buried deep in the pocket of his sweatshirt. 17 years old, too old to be standing in my room like this. Not since the nights of thunder and bad dreams. I sat up and patted the space beside me. "Come here, sweetheart." "What's wrong?" He hesitated, then slowly climbed onto the bed, careful not to make a sound. Sitting cross-legged, his eyes stayed fixed on the floor. The silence between us grew long and heavy, a silence that said something was very, very wrong. "Ethan," I murmured gently. "Talk to me. Did something happen?" He nodded once, his face pale, his eyes hollow. There was something there, something more than exhaustion. A quiet, aching kind of pain that gripped my chest. "Are you hurt?" I asked. He didn't speak. His jaw tightened instead, a small motion that told me more than any words could. I reached out and placed my hand on his back. "Whatever it is, you can tell me." He drew in a shaky breath. "I messed up, Mom." My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" Ethan reached into his hoodie pocket and pulled out a crumpled envelope. His fingers shook as he handed it to me. I unfolded it carefully, my breath catching the instant I saw what was inside. Photographs. Ethan appeared in every photograph. In one, he stood between two boys, both red-faced and moments from throwing punches. In another, he was on the ground, blood streaking down from his nose. The images were brutal, too purposeful to be mistakes. My chest tightened as I turned them over one by one. "Ethan, what is this?" I asked, my voice unsteady. He swallowed hard. "Tyler invited me. I didn't know the others would show up. I didn't know it would turn into that." My pulse pounded in my ears. "Why didn't you call me?" "I panicked," he murmured. "They would have called me scared." I thought it would calm down, but then Jacob started saying things about Tyler's sister, and Tyler snapped. They started fighting and I tried to stop them. Then Jacob said I was taking sides. He shoved me. I fell. Someone must have taken pictures. "Who?" I asked carefully, trying to hold my voice steady. "Trevor," he whispered. He posted them for a few minutes, then deleted them. But he said if I told anyone, he'd send them to the school. He said it would look like I was part of the fight. The anger came quick, sharp, cold, cutting through my fear. "He's blackmailing you?" Ethan nodded, his voice breaking. "He said I'd get suspended. I didn't want to disappoint you." All the breath left my lungs. I could finally see the fear, guilt, and confusion he'd been holding inside. Heavy, suffocating. Too much for one boy to carry alone. I reached out and pulled him into my arms. For a second, he resisted, then sank into me, just like he used to when thunder shook the windows. "You did the right thing coming to me," I whispered into his hair. "You tried to stop it." "That's brave, Ethan. You didn't mess up. They did," he exhaled, a shaky, broken sound that carried days of fear. "I want to tell the school counselor," he said softly, "but I don't want to go alone." "You won't," I promised, holding him tighter. "We'll go together." He nodded, and for the first time that night, I saw a faint glimmer of relief in his eyes. When he finally fell asleep beside me, I stayed awake, staring into the dark, my heart aching for the boy who had tried so hard to carry the world by himself. I lay there, listening to his breathing, slow, steady, peaceful. It was the kind of calm he hadn't known in days, and for a moment it soothed the storm inside me. But my thoughts wouldn't rest. They raced ahead, calls to the school, meetings with counselors, every possible step I'd take to protect him from what lay ahead. Beneath all the worry, though, something else began to bloom. A deep, fierce gratitude. Because no matter how afraid he'd been, no matter how heavy the darkness felt, my son had still come home. He still came to me. And in that quiet, sleepless hour, a truth settled deep within me. Sometimes courage doesn't look like standing tall or being fearless. Sometimes it's simply showing up, trembling and scared, and still choosing to trust the one person who's always loved you, no matter what.